Okay, it's another car conversation. I'm getting used to this. I'm getting used to this walking challenge, my friends. What started out as one thing totally has taken on a new shade. And just amazing how when you put your phone down, you're able to have so many discoveries that you never knew existed, such as flowers that you never knew were there, trees that you've never realized were planted. It's just fascinating to me. And it's only been 13 days. And so now I'm wondering, like, what else am I missing out on in life? What else? When you're so consumed by information and you're so attached. And come on, when I'm talking about being attached, I'm talking about like, who isn't, right? I was just having this conversation with one of my groups today about just this idea that it's just become a habit for us that when we walk, we talk. When we walk, we listen. When we are bored, we pick up our phone, and it doesn't help that many of us work off our phones. So this is something that I'm constantly having to like check in and be like, okay, am I doing work? Is this purposeful work or is this mindless? And I think that's a conversation that we should have is like, we're living in this day and age of technology booms and where our kids are now learning from tablets, they're learning from devices, unlike when I was a child and I was learning from, pen to paper and actual like typewriters and computers that didn't go home with you. It's just a different world that we're living in. And so one thing that my husband and I always talk about is like, at what point we want to try to not give in to the technology, but at the same time, there is a fine line because this is their future. This is, you don't want to do them a disservice to learn from what will be their future. But at the same time, it comes back to this idea of awareness of like, where are they spending their time and what are they doing on these devices? And this is the conversation that I've been having internally when I'm walking, is just like, how much of my device time is actually being spent inspiring, motivating, doing work versus getting sucked into the scroll. And I'm pretty good about not getting sucked into that because of my awareness. And I'm pretty good at it, but I think we can all get better. And this challenge that I've taken on, the stepping challenge, it's just crazy. I've never done something so mild, but yet it has the most profound take homes. I'm just realizing that I need to dial up my intention with my devicing and really ask myself the question, am I doing this to serve or am I doing this to detract, or rather to detract, or because I'm bored, or just strictly out of habit. Like, speaking of habits, I mean, how many times do you go grab something that you don't really want or need, but it's just simply a habit that after lunch you grab this piece of chocolate and before you know it, like, it's like Pavlov's law, right? It's like before you know it, you're just doing this because it's this time. And same goes for our devices. It's like when we get bored, we pick up our phone. Back in the day, we used to get bored, we used to go on a walk. We used to get bored, we used to go ride a bike. And now it's just our natural inclination to grab a device. And so this challenge for me has just been really eye-opening and just really reminding me, again, where it started, of just the simple things in life that we just never want to forget about. Like being in nature and being okay with quiet and stillness and not feeling this need to constantly be consuming. Because I hear you, it does. It kind of feels... you almost feel naked, or you feel like, oh my gosh, I'm not being productive, right? That was my thing. Like, I'm not being productive. If I'm going to walk or I'm going to work out, I want to be productive and listen to a podcast, or, it's like a win-win. You're working out, you listen to a podcast, you're on a walk, you're consuming this amazing information. But what I realized is, like, by doing that, then you're not truly in the moment. And it's when we're in the moment that we're able to hear and experience what our body's needing and what our soul is needing and what's actually going on around us. So I hope that you're enjoying this challenge. And if you're just kind of like following along for the journey, maybe it's going to inspire you to do a walking challenge or even just simply unplug. Like, my Sundays are very unplugged days for me. And what this is reminding me of is that, like, why do I need to wait till a Sunday? Why do I need to wait, right? That whole quote of like, I'll be happy when, I'll be able to unplug when, I'll be able to unplug when it's Sunday. No, you can unplug every single day. You can take an hour out of your day or even 20 minutes to unplug. And that's what I'm finding too, is that there's this period of time in the afternoon where I'm up early, so I have lots of creativity, lots of flow going on. And then come about like the 2 to 3 o'clock hour, I hit this block. And it's normal, right? I've been up since 5, like my brain's kind of tired. It needs to unplug. And what I used to do was to push through that because, you know, it's power time. My kids are almost home and I got to just work through this because I only have so much time in my day. And what I've realized is that if I can find when that time is where I'm not my best self, I'm not as productive, and I go and I transfer that energy into doing something like my walk or unplugging and even reading a book, just a fun book, or just doing something totally different, it actually is like having 10 cups of coffee. It inspires me, gets my brain going, and really it's just like a battery. It's like we're going all day long. If you think about it like a battery, our phones are on all day long, all day from 5 o'clock until 2 o'clock when they need a recharge. And so what this challenge is really reminding me of is that maybe 2 to 3 o'clock needs to be my unplug hour. Maybe that's the time that, regardless if I think I've got this, I know that that's not my power hour and that it's time for me to unplug, get out in nature, go replenish my soul, and come back and be that much more productive. So anyways, I hope that you are enjoying this challenge. Thanks for following along. Day 13 going strong. Haven't missed a mile. And we're going out of town this weekend, and I plan on sticking to my personal challenge because it's just been super rewarding. Rewarding is a good word. It's been really rewarding. It's been like a special gift that I've been giving myself that I've been looking forward to. So anyways, I hope you're all having an amazing day, and I can't wait to connect with you and share more of my ahas.